Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for watching a Jaguars United film breakdown. I'm super excited because today we're breaking down the newest Jaguars linebacker, Devin Lloyd. I think you're going to really like his tape and his breakdown. There's a lot to like about his skill set and what he can bring to the team. But before we get to that, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you get notifications when we do our live shows where we interact with the comments, talk about just Jags fans talking to other Jags fans. It's a great time. You're going to want to get notifications when we go live, so make sure to subscribe. Also, follow the Twitter and the Instagram and all that so you can keep up to date with everything. All right, well, let's jump right into it. A couple things about Devin Lloyd before we get started. The Jaguars took him with the 27th pick overall in this year's draft, and at 6'3", 237, great size for a linebacker. He ran a 4.66 40, 25 reps on the bench press, and just a lot to like about him. A two-time Butkus Award finalist for top linebacker, led Utah in their defense to the Pac-12 championship last year, first team AP All-American, Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year. Very surprised that he didn't go until the late first-round picks, to be completely honest with you. He ranked second in FBS with 22 tackles for loss and had 2 pick sixes out of the 4 he had this year. Led his team with 110 tackles, 8 sacks, 6 pass breakups in only 14 games. But the things I look for in a linebacker are his footwork. Like, does he take any false steps? Does he get to the ball efficiently? His vision, his ability to read the plays, where it's going, the way he attacks blockers, pursuing the ball, and finally, if you rush the passer, your pass rush. So Devin Lloyd excels in all of those categories, especially with the modern NFL game, like turning into this like check down, high percentage of completions from quarterbacks. You got to be able to defend the screens, taking what the defense gives you. So you got to have linebackers that can kind of counter that. And Devin Lloyd is the perfect linebacker to counter those things. He has the ability to play multiple positions. And I don't mean just like line up at different techniques and do different things. Like, he has the skill set of different positions. I mean, he can pass coverage linebacker, run stopping linebacker, Mike linebacker, outside linebacker. He can rush the passer like a D end. I mean, he just has the skill set of a lot of different positions, which is what you really want to see. Very physical, very aggressive, attacks the gaps like really physically. Once he gets his hands on you, like, you're going down, whether he's just going to stroke you with a hit or he's going to get his hands on you and bring you down. Either way, great tackler. One of my favorite things about him is his burst to the football, his ability to change directions and change speeds, to accelerate, deaccelerate. I mean, he's rangy. He's 6'3", kind of runs like a safety, but at the same time hits like a linebacker. So covers a lot of ground really quickly, which is what you really want to see out of a linebacker. Pursues the football, whether it's from the front side, the back side. I mean, he does it all. I mean, he can really get to the football really efficiently. Finally, I mean, reads his keys great. I mean, his primary keys of the offensive line, his secondary keys of the backfield and the way that the football's flowing. Pac-12 ran a lot of the read offense, read options, stuff like that, where it made it difficult for linebackers to commit. It was always seemed to be in the right place at the right time. But don't take my word for it. Let's jump right into the film. All right, so this first play is going to showcase Lloyd's ability to cover and play in pass coverage, right? So Utah's going to be lined up in their standard 3-4 defense. You have Lloyd right here in the strong side, Mike backer position. 3 down linemen, 1, 2, 3, 4 linebackers. Oregon's in this like empty set with an attached tight end, but they're tight, so an empty tight formation. You guys know I'm not a huge fan of the tight formations, but watch how he's able to see the release from this inside receiver. I mean, look, this inside pre-snap, Lloyd is not declared one-on-one with this guy. He's going to be responsible for the receiver that ends up doing the hook curl to his area, right? And this could be a crossing route. It could end up being a hook curl. And Lloyd has to be able to read that. This kind of goes back to his instincts, what we're talking about. But, watch his ability to kind of diagnose what happens from this receiver. Read the quarterback's eyes and just step in front of it and just make a play and house it. Like I said in the intro, I mean, 2 pick sixes this year, 4 interceptions from a backer that did a lot of rushing. I mean, that's very impressive. When we see it from this backside angle, don't care about the kicker here. When we see it from this backside angle, we get Herbie's clicker. Okay, it's nice, Herbie. He's going to circle him there. And watch how this receiver is going to release. So up on the line of scrimmage, I mean, he's the hardest guy to cover because he's got the first release out here. Lloyd just kind of shows his athleticism because, again, he's got to be able to read if he's coming down or if he's crossing or if he's hook curling. Does a good job here. And we're going to see, watch his eyes, keep his eyes on the quarterback. He's able to read the quarterback and the receiver at the same time. No wasted steps there with his feet. Every single step has a purpose. I talked about the steps at the beginning of the show being very important. I mean, look at it. Look at his feet. Great footwork. No wasted steps. Keeps his eyes on his primary key the entire time. Able to read the quarterback. Maybe a little bit of a late throw, but throws it to the outside. The quarterback throws it where he needs to in this situation. And Lloyd makes an athletic catch here. I mean, steps in front of it. I mean, that's not an easy catch. I mean, has to go get it. I mean, covers a lot of space, like I was saying, real rangy. And then houses it. Easy peasy. I mean, looking forward to him in coverage. Got to be able to cover in today's modern NFL. If you can't, you're going to get exposed by these quarterbacks who are quick and accurate in the NFL. Makes a great play. Really looking forward to it. Now, this one's going to show his tenacity and his ability to break through the offensive line, to blitz from the middle of the field, and to get after the quarterback. Then this game against Stanford, they're up 14-0 into the first quarter, 3rd and 13. So the down and distance is in favor of the defense for sure. We're going to see pre-snap the alignment of Utah. They're in a 3-3-5. 1-2-3, 1-2-3, and then they got 5 defensive backs. Pretty tight in the line of scrimmage, especially considering that Stanford is in a 10 personnel with trips out to the left. Feel like Stanford could have schemed this one up better. I don't know, and the blocking breaks down here. But you're going to see Devin Lloyd right here playing that Mike linebacker. And whether they were in like their 3-3-5 nickel or they were in like a dime where they had a 6 defensive back on the field, he always seemed to line up heads up over the center, middle of the field. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Foyesade Lukin on this roster as well. But watch him in the middle of the field. He's going to kind of disguise the blitz pre-snap. He's going to kind of lean into it right before the snap. He's going to bust through between the guard and the tackle there in the B gap. The running back I think the running back thinks that the guard's going to take care of him. Underestimates Devin Lloyd's ability to keep churning. I mean, look at the way he just keeps pumping his lower body through there. Like, you gotta get your hands on him. Like, if you can't let him keep his outside shoulder free. He keeps his outside shoulder free. He's going to pursue the quarterback. Look, I'm crazy about this guy's pursuit. He covers so much ground. He's so fast. I mean, for being 6'2", I mean, the guy just covers so much ground, like real rangy, almost like a safety. Quarterback stands no chance. I mean, if you're getting pursued by the backside by Devin Lloyd, I mean, you're done. I mean, you're just absolutely done. Makes a great play. You got to count for him in blitz. You really do. Like, when he's blitzing, you can't pass him off. It looks like the guard here, I mean, gets a piece of him. Maybe he's thinking the running back's going to help out. Maybe he's thinking the tackle, because the tackle doesn't really have anything going on here. I mean, his backer's kind of shifting in the middle of the field. He might think he has a running back behind him, and there's just kind of a miscommunication. But I mean, miscommunication is a part of football, and the ability to kind of keep going, pursue their quarterback stands no chance. Makes this play time and time again. I mean, I really just kind of cherry picked this blitz to showcase this ability. I mean, as with like all these plays, like he does this type of thing. Even though I'm showing one clip, he did this over and over and over again against teams, and really, I mean, one of the better pass rushing linebackers I've seen come out in the first round in a while. We got another clip coming up of his like pass rush move, like specifically. But the pursuit here and the tenacity to get through the line of scrimmage, I mean, it's going to make him special. This next play, we're going to just see his ability to be a football player. Like, I know, I mean, I'm guilty of it. We get caught up in all the things that make linebackers great, right? His ability to read his secondary and primary keys, his ability to pursue the football, backside burst, keeping his hips parallel, like all those things, are great. But eventually, at some point, it comes down to just being a football player. And he's got 2 plays that just really exemplify his ability to be just a football player. And this is going to be actually a clip from 2019. And he's actually, I love this clip, because this is actually him going up against current teammate and backup quarterback on the Jaguars, Jake Luton, right? So let it play out, and then I'll kind of show you, again, this ability to play football here. Gets the interception off Jake Luton, and, and just kind of, you think they talk about this in the locker room? They talk about this moment right here? Like, I hope they do. I mean, I hope they do. But if we look at the beginning of the play here, what happens? We're going to see Oregon. This is 2019. Same defensive scheme-ish, but you can see here, I mean, they're kind of more of in the 4. I mean, they're in a nickel set, 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers. We're going to see Lloyd wear number 20, going to kind of blitz in here. Again, this was his bread and butter, blitzing through the line of scrimmage. But we're going to see, Oregon State, the Jake Luton offense and their shotgun personnel. They got one tight end, one running back. They got a receiver in motion, right? Trying to do everything the right way. You can't hate it. Then watch what happens here. He gets in here. Luton tries to throw the quick screen, the quick bubble. And although it's tipped by this teammate, I mean, look, I just am astonished by this. Like, he's not even looking at the ball. He's looking at Luton. Lloyd sees the ball come out, and somehow locates the ball, catches it off the tip. Like, I love that. I mean, I love it. I mean, he sees the deflection, catches it, and then gets it. I mean, I love it. And we see a similar type play here against Stanford, right? Very similar type situation. And when we look at where Lloyd is, he's always easy to locate in 2021. He wore these little sleeves here, turf sleeves. And he's going to be lined up again, the Mike personnel. This is sort of like a bear front from Utah. I mean, this because it's 3rd and 9. They want to put a little bit of pressure on Stanford. They haven't really been passing the ball well all game. And we're going to see, again, his ability to kind of disrupt screens. I talked about it at the beginning. Modern NFL is all, check downs, take what the defense gives you, screens. And you got to have someone that can disrupt that. Stanford here, they looks like they got is this a one tight end set here, so they're 11 personnel. Your standard 2x1. Just trying to pick up some chunk yardage, probably get out of the end zone. Watch Devin Lloyd here. Softly engages in the block, deflects the ball, and I mean, look, he does just enough engagement to keep the lineman busy, keeps his eyes on the quarterback. Like, even though he's engaged, he keeps his eyes on the quarterback. Like, this is one of the things that makes him a great linebacker, his ability to kind of keep his eyes on the ball, even though he can disengage in a block. Pad level's good there, good enough to see above. Then you're going to see the quarterback try to throw it and got him. I mean, that's a football player. That's an absolute football player. I mean, again, we can get so caught up in everything else, but at the end of the day, you want a football player. You want a guy that is instinctual, can go up, locate the ball while he's engaged in a block, and then make a play on it. Look at this angle. I mean, shows blitz, engages, disengages, comes up, and just snatches the ball. Pick six. Snatches the ball. I mean, and then he goes out there. On special teams after just making that great play, and he's going to play a wing on special teams. Now, he doesn't get rushed here, but, I mean, you got to love it. I mean, the guy does it all. He's so versatile. I talked about his versatility at the beginning. I mean, he can just do it all. Love to see it. Love having a football player on my team. Now, I guarantee that you will not see this clip on any Devin Lloyd article, video breakdown, or anything at all. I mean, this clip would fly completely under the radar. Okay, when I had to look for him at first, couldn't find him on the field. I'll give you a second to see if you can find him. He's not lined up in a normal spot. But this is one of my favorite plays out of Devin Lloyd, and he doesn't get a single stat for this play. Maybe a pressure here. Okay, so I might have given it away. Devin Lloyd, hand in the dirt in the 9 technique. I mean, 9 technique, if you don't know, it means outside of a tight end. So if there was a tight end here, imaginary tight end, playing, he would be on the outside shoulder, right? That's where your standard edge rushers line up. So he's lined up in a traditional edge rush position. And he's going to be responsible for getting after the quarterback. Now, a lot of scouting reports talk about how he's a sneaky pass rusher. I mean, I saw that on his NFL draft breakdown, all the breakdowns where he's a sneaky pass rusher. There's nothing sneaky about this guy at all. If you watch him, you know he's an insanely good pass rusher. Watch this. Look at this move. Look at the get off. Look at the acceleration. You guys know I'm big on acceleration. Who's the first helmet in the backfield? Devin Lloyd. Oh, puts the move on the tackle. Puts the pressure. I mean, the quarterback makes a pretty good throw. I mean, it's incomplete. But look at this move. I mean, I love linebackers that are so versatile. You can put their hand in the dirt in the 9 technique, completely put a leg move on a tackle, slip between a guard and a tackle, has the speed to put a pressure, and puts a hit on the quarterback. Like, when I said versatility, you guys thought I was kidding. Look at this. The dude lined up it's Colorado. They're 4-7 at this point, week 10 or 11. And, you have this ability to make plays like that. That's rare. I mean, I was very surprised to see him go 27. I really was. I mean, this pass rush move is one of my favorite things about. I mean, look at that. The acceleration, the change of direction speed. Like, look, I mean, the speed there to get the tackle overextended. I mean, this is not a good spot to be if you're a tackle. You never want your inside leg collapsing in and a D lineman just coming inside of you like that. Great pass rush move. The guard's going to try to get there, can't get there. Puts the pressure on the quarterback, makes him throw it. Can't step into the throw. Maybe if he steps into the throw, it's a little more accurate. He probably still should have caught it, but still disrupts the play. Love it. Versatility. Let's go. All right, last play we're going to show on Devin Lloyd. Again, these plays are just microcosms of what he does. Like when you draft a linebacker in the first round, you got to be able to, coverage. We showed coverage. You got to be able to get after the quarterback in pass rush situations. You got to be able to pursue the run as well. A big part of the AFC South is going to be playing against running backs like Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, whoever the Texans throw out there. And you have to be able to read your primary keys, your secondary keys, go with the flow of football and make a play. So ESPN didn't allow us to see this pre-snap. They were showing a replay, so we kind of had to catch it kind of here right at the snap. But this is a tie game with Arizona State. This is week 5, week 6 maybe. And this is a close game. Arizona State's 5-1. Utah's 3-2. So Utah goes on to win the Pac-12. This is a big game for them. Huge game. This is late in the game, late third quarter. And Arizona State is marching down the field. Now, Arizona State ran this little zone read offense where the quarterback here is going to do a little zone read here and kick out. And this presents a lot of problems for linebackers, right? So even though we do have Utah on their standard 3-4, 1-2-3, 1-2-3-4, they're playing all tight. They're kind of expecting a run with this wing H-back here. Regardless, Devin Lloyd right here in the middle of the field is going to make a play. Now, we'll play it through, then we'll rewind it back here for you guys. Coming back through here, pursues the ball carrier. Now, I know this doesn't look like a lot, and there's going to end up being a penalty on Arizona State on this play. I think it's a holding. It doesn't look like much. I get it. But look at it again and like kind of what happens here. And I'll kind of try to show you what he was having to read pre-snap and how he's able to make this play. So let's back it up here. All right, so when you're a linebacker, and you know a run's coming, right? So basically, what they teach you to do is kind of what's called, read this triangle here. Right? You kind of want to read this triangle. Not a great triangle, maybe a nice isosceles triangle. I don't know. Maybe these two sides are equal. I don't know. Okay, so you're reading this triangle here. And you kind of want to read these hats. But you have to be careful again because this is a zone read offense, so they could run the flow away. Quarterback decide to pull the ball, and now you're pursuing on the backside. When you're the Mike backer, you have to take all those things into account. So I like a Mike backer that can kind of read what he's doing. He doesn't get caught up in the wash. Now, a lot of times linebackers we call it getting caught up in the wash, right? They'll get about right here, and then they'll get blocked. They'll get run out of the play, and then the back can just take it here and run. But Devin Lloyd is going to be able to keep himself free and shoot in. And this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the video, like his burst, his pursuit, his acceleration. I mean, it's like supernatural at times. I'm telling you, he gets to the ball carrier with his angle so. There's a lot of times I watch him and I think he's taking a poor angle. I'm like, all right, Devin Lloyd, it's not a good angle. You're not going to get there, but he gets there because he's so much faster than I think he's going to be. You're going to see him get to the quarterback here or the running back, and make a play in the backfield, and that's it. I mean, big play for Devin Lloyd. Big play. Again, does this time and time again. This wasn't the only play he does this. I just liked this because he didn't get caught up in the wash, able to keep himself free, explode into the backfield, and make a tackle. So type of thing that he does, and going to be really effective against the run. All right, guys, thanks for watching another Jaguars United film breakdown. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think about Devin Lloyd, where he'll end up playing, how he'll end up being for the Jags in his rookie season. Thanks again for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the Twitter, Instagram, like the video, all that stuff you already know what to do. As always, go Jags.